into this week's basketball edition of Peek at the Week. I'm Rachel Vigil. Feast week is here with Thanksgiving on Thursday, and the WAC has you covered all week long with plenty of basketball matchups. Our featured game of the week happens in Riverside, California. South Dakota will take on California Baptist in Game 3 of the Summit League WAC Challenge. As the record sits, both conferences are 1-1 so far this season. So will CBU give the WAC the 2-1 advantage? Find out starting at 7 p.m. Pacific time on the WAC Digital Network. Idaho is coming off a monstrous 150 win over Walla Walla University, while Seattle U had a close 77-70 loss against Bucknell in Orlando at the NIT season tip-off tourney. Those two will go head-to-head in the Emerald City on Saturday starting at 7 p.m. Pacific time. That game can be found on the WAC Digital Network. Utah Valley guard TJ Washington is the WAC Player of the Week. Washington averaged 19.3 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 2.7 assists per game last week. That includes what was a career-high 22 points at Kentucky. Washington then broke that record with 26 at North Dakota State. Utah Valley sits on top of the WAC standings at 4-3. The Wolverines will take on Colorado State on Sunday. CSU fell 78-70 to WAC member New Mexico State on Monday morning. Will Washington and the Wolverines provide the Rams with their second WAC loss of the season? That game is set to tip off at 2:30 p.m. Mountain Time on the Mountain West Network. On the women's side, undefeated California Baptist will take on an undefeated Stanford team who is number 3 in the nation as the Cardinal and Lancers head up north to Victoria, Canada on Thanksgiving Day. That game can be found on Flow Sports and will start at 7:30 Pacific Time. Lancers guard Lexi Ram is the WAC Player of the Week. The senior helped CBU to a pair of wins on the week with 2 30-point games. Ram had 32 points against Northern Arizona and 31 points against UC Santa Barbara. The WAC Women's featured game of the week is the University of Texas at San Antonio heading to Edinburgh, Texas to play UTRGV. That game starts at 4:30 p.m. Central Time on Saturday. Tune in on the WAC Digital Network to see which Texas university will have bragging rights for the season. The entire WAC office is wishing you and your families a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy this week's games and eat a lot of turkey. For the WDN, I'm Rachel Vigil.